Oh no. It's snowing. And I feel like now that we've done one room in the basement, why not continue on doing the rest of the basement? Or at least starting. I thought that would come down a lot easier, but probably would be safer if I cleaned up everything and disconnected the electrical. Oh! There we go. Does anyone care to guess where we are, where I am right now? This is an unfamiliar territory. That's not the right word. Oh, it stopped you from speeding. Oh shit! There's a freaking meteor. You guys see that light in the sky? Do you guys see the meteor? Oh, you can't see it. Holy frick. Sorry about my language. Ah, man, these lights fricked it up. I'm gonna have to watch that back. That was a freaking meteor. It got pretty freaking full. And I noticed this. The bathtub says Thor Soaker. Isn't Thor electric? I'm not sure. You're supposed to put electric in a bathtub. But we got the truck here. Hello. And it's ready to go. So we finished just in time. Pretty full, hey?
It's like a reno.
Yeah. An accidental. We ordered too much of a bin, so I decided let's just keep demoing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I didn't know how much, like when they're like, how many yards do you need? I was like, I don't know. Let's go with the biggest one you have then, I guess.
Well, it's just a 30. There's a 40, it's another 2 feet higher.
Oh, they never told me about the 40. Maybe because I described that I was just throwing some home reno stuff in there.
Yeah, better to have a little bit too much space and not enough.
Right. Definitely could have filled it up a lot more, or a little bit more at least, if I hadn't chosen to save some stuff to reuse. But this is where we're at now at the end. What's up, Henry? We got demo here, demo in there, ready to run this line all the way through. Demo in here, demo in there, and of course demo in our laundry room. And now the long process of rebuilding this place. But we got a good place to start. We'll figure it out. Man. Well, that's not the video I had planned to put out. It made no sense, right? So what happened is I accidentally deleted all of my videos except for what I filmed today about an hour ago. So from the bin being full and I make the Thor joke, that takes place right after all the footage I deleted that ended last night, my time. So we have a video that makes no sense because it's all gone. For this particular video, I had to edit as I went for some parts just so that the storytelling could make sense and I could make a cohesive like storyline. because it kind of goes back and forth, goes back in time a couple times. And so I strung all of the footage together. You can see here that there's a lot of clips in here. Some of this is edited and some of it is unedited, and some of it is not added to it just yet, which is what I filmed today. So what I usually do is, like, every night or whenever I have time, I will import all of the clips that I have in order and then do a rough edit so that I can remember how to carry on if I, like, make an edit in the middle of a sentence or do a clever transition or whatever. Here you can see, like, I still have some of the stills because I didn't delete any pictures, so there's some stills in there, which is why I have them in the video you just watched. That particular part would have been funny. I don't know if you can tell because this happened yesterday and it's swelling's going down a little bit, but I had a bit of a puffy eye here because I accidentally smashed my face on the drywall as I was trying to knock it down in that closet there. And so I go back in time to show that clip while I'm still telling the story and saying, like, yeah, I know I should have worn safety glasses, basically preemptively responding to, you know, the safety conscious people's comments and stuff. And then from there, I would have shown the bin not being full. And then I went into the next clip, which would have been the bathroom demolition, the laundry room demolition. And then the laundry room demolition didn't fill up the bin either. So then I go into the bathroom demolition, which this is what makes me most disappointed about losing all this footage, is there's this clip. Let me show you. Okay, I had the camera about here or so. So in my videos, not everyone's going to enjoy the content so much, so I try to do some storytelling in there so that they're interesting to watch even if you're not interested in what I happen to be doing. And in this particular case, I had what I consider a clever edit. So within this video, I explain why we're doing all this demo, which I'll get to in a minute. But basically, it's because our septic field here doesn't work because there was severed electric. So we needed to do some demo to run new electric. Okay? Well, at this particular part, we get to the bathroom demolition, which is not required, but in the actual video, I explain that we ordered too big of a bin, so we may as well just keep demoing. At this point, I'm throwing hammers at what used to be the bathtub and tiled wall. And I did that because earlier I had a lot of fun doing it over on that wall, which was required demolition. I threw hammers and all sorts of things at the wall, and I thought it was comical, and it was fun in real life. So I decided to do the same thing here. So basically, I take 3 hammers, I throw it at the wall, and then to transition, I walk in front of the camera kind of like this, and then you see all the tile kind of disappear as I walk in front of the camera. I had to refilm that like 30 times to get it to match up. I had to not move the camera for the whole time that I did all the demo in there, and then walk in front of the camera the same way with my same clothes being in the same wrinkled pattern, and it was flawless. I edited that part last night. It was perfect. And now it's gone. And it sucks so much. Such a bummer. It was a lot of work. And the thing is, I wasn't even going to do that edit. I actually had something else in mind. In real time, I'm often thinking, okay, what would be a good transition shot here rather than just a jump cut or whatever. Well, in this particular case, I decided to just rip the shower curtain off the wall, and I thought it was going to make a big crash and rattle, and I was going to shake the camera and use that as the transition shot, have the shake transition into the bathroom being completely demoed, but it didn't work. I even mention it in the actual video rather than refilm or reshoot or whatever. I just was like, well, that wasn't dramatic, so I was going to use that as a transition shot, but I guess not. And I'm like, oh, there's some hammers, and then I'm like, oh, It would be great if I threw hammers at the wall and then somehow worked in the transition, and then it worked perfect. And then now it doesn't matter because it's disappeared. There was a lot of edits to tell the story because there was a lot of back and forth. We initially didn't even plan to do all this demolition. Like this wall in here, this wall right here, we weren't going to do that, but I accidentally threw hammers through the wall here and it broke through. So I was like, well, we may as well demo that. We were just going to do the ceiling so that we could run this wire. And I even make a joke about this because Joel, my electrician brother-in-law, Ashley's brother, was like, what the heck is that? And that would have, in my mind, I was so excited that he asked about it because in the last vlog, we have this guy show up and a lot of people don't know who he is. So I explained to him, which also explains to the whole YouTube audience, that that's Gorgeous George, the original wrestling heel in professional wrestling. Bam! I was so excited because it came up organically. I was going to try to figure out a way to explain it, but I never ended up doing it. But anyway, there's some back and forth because the hammers with that and this, and I also had hammers on here. I really wish you could have seen it because it was really good storytelling, at least to me, but I'm a little biased. And then before that, from the whole beginning, we had Jakota here, which was a sneak peek in the last vlog, and he helped a lot, and there was some funny things that happened. We had that little stage thing there, and I fell through it, and there was a lot of good things. Ashley's dad also helped us, and a nail almost went through his foot because he dropped a heavy board that had a nail sticking out of it, and it went through the top of his shoe. And then I stepped on a nail in the bin, and I pulled it out, and I was like, oh, this is funny. I know I'm going to get a bunch of comments about wearing proper safety gear, so I had some funny stuff about that. Well, I don't know if it would have been hilarious or not, but you know, just things, because I know that safety stuff is important. And it goes all the way back to this guy being a pro wrestler and then me getting an almost black eye over there. Lots of back and forth. Doesn't really make sense when I'm just gabbing about it now, but trust me, it would have been clever. Everything linked together really well, and I often have to think well in advance, how can I make this come together? Because I'm taking random clips, trying to find ways to string them together. Like when I threw hammers through this wall, I didn't even know how I was going to use that because it was like 6 minutes of footage. And I'm like, how can I even use this? Maybe I'll skip it. Maybe it'll be a bonus clip. But then I was like, as I came out of the bathroom, going back to the bathroom, when I transition to it being completely demoed, I pick up the hammers, which I strategically place where you see them kind of land when the bathtub and stuff is all there. Pick them up, and I say it's really fun. Just like earlier when I threw hammers against this wall, and then I mime throwing the hammer, and then it goes back in time to when this wall was still here. In real time, you would have known that it's already gone. But it goes back in time to that same hammer that I have in my hand going into the wall, and then I explain it being a game because I put a target on the wall, basically a screw, and I was trying to hit the screw from over by the entrance of the bathroom there, and it was just a whole thing. I hope that made sense. So how did I actually end up accidentally deleting everything? The full 2.5 hours of raw footage or whatever. I know that it showed like 2 hours, but I had already edited about half an hour out, and I probably would have gotten the vlog down to a little less than an hour or so. What I did is, as I started editing, I realized that I was missing a video, something that I had filmed maybe 3 weeks ago when it was pouring rain. So at the beginning of this vlog, I was going to show me getting a new tarp for the art trunk, which I actually did end up getting, and it's on there now. But at the very beginning, I have a bunch of shredded holes in the original tarp for the art trunk, and it was pouring rain. I was saying it's such a bummer. I need to get a new tarp before it snows, and Scrapper Steve should be able to get me one because he said that he had one. Well, in the last vlog, you might have noticed that it snowed, which is how this video kind of started. I take some footage from the last vlog, which is why I have it, because I just ripped it. And from there, in real time at the time, I was showing it snowing, big fluffy snowflakes, and I get in my truck and I go to drive to Scrapper Steve's, But then it stopped snowing, and then I was like, well, that's good. And then Steve asked if I could give him a hand going to pick up a truck that he was going to scrap from my brother Dave. And I was like, perfect. And then I even give a little update about Lemon and Lola, who my brother Dave have. Those are my roosters that we gave away. And then whatever, so on and so forth. Well, that clip that I took a few weeks ago of the rain coming through the tarp was missing. And since it was missing, I was like, well, some of the dialogue that I have in the new footage is not going to make any sense without that. So I'm going to try to find it. So I downloaded an app to find it from. It was an app that somehow finds your lost footage that you've deleted out of your recycle folder, your trash bin or whatever. However, this app is bullshit. It didn't do anything. It just gave me all of the videos I already had on my phone. But what it did is it duplicated all of them, and it took up all the space on my phone. And in taking up all my space, I wouldn't be able to export my video once I had it all edited. So I was like, okay, well, I don't need these duplicates, so I'm going to delete them. And I delete them, but deleting them through the app also deleted all of my originals. And I was like, oh, well, that sucks. No big deal. I'll go to my recycle bin and I will restore them all. However, they weren't there because I deleted them through the app, which it didn't give a warning or anything that it would delete the originals as well. But it did. It deleted the duplicates and the originals. And I know there were duplicates because I could see them. I could see the original file and the duplicate file right beside it. Each video. And I had 300 and some video clips. So that's how that happened. Freaking bummer. But anyway, since this vlog had an actual point, and me explaining this is not going to make much sense because there's not a lot of context or video to go with it, let me show you what we actually needed to demo for. We needed to demo this ceiling and that ceiling so that we could run this wire here outside to replace a wire that was cut somehow, some way, not sure. In the video, we actually figure out that it was cut right here somewhere. We thought it was actually severed. You can kind of see we got these big tracks here in the ground. We thought it was severed right here from the zoom boom when we got our soffit and fascia done, which we explained in the video, and we explained that it wasn't the people who did our soffit and stuff's fault. There was no way to know because our wire here, this was the wire. It's an outdoor wire, which is good, but it wasn't buried deeper than a few inches, so there was no way to know. We had no idea, and we had no idea why our septic wasn't working anymore until I was mowing the lawn, which again I explained in the video. We see the wire pulled out from the house here. It was in this little crack here, and when they ran over it, it must have pulled it a little bit, and so we noticed it, and then eventually figured out that's probably why the septic didn't work. So we got new electric set up for it, and so we dug a trench, which was all in the video, and there was some funny stuff about that, and we got it all wired up and all good. That was the whole point of the demolition, and it just went a little overboard by accident because I got way too big of a bin. And now where we're at is we have a big project on our hands in renovating our whole basement, basically, except for the office, which was in the last vlog, which I also make several references to in the vlog that this was supposed to be. But again, it's all gone, so it doesn't matter. It would have been a good one. I reference a lot of things. I can't even remember them all because as I was going, I was like, oh yeah, this, and then this. Should we demo this? Ah, maybe. Oh yeah, I guess so. How about this? And very disappointing, but now you know what it is, and this video is really weird, but I appreciate it. Now I'm going to help Ashley. You can kind of hear her cleaning up. I'm going to help her clean up because we are done, and I guess we have a lot to do in terms of figuring out what we want to do with design and functionality of our new space. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you bummed though for me?
That you lost all your footage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so freaking.
And you spent so much time editing it too.
Yeah. And it's gone. So actually, guys, what I've done is I've contacted several companies to see if they could restore it or whatever, and I've also contacted the actual app via email. I haven't gotten any word back from them yet. However, if they somehow have the footage on their end and I'm able to get it, I will make the actual video. Another vlog 138.2. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. I accidentally deleted all of my videos permanently. They're not in my trash bin or anything. I was wondering if that's something that you guys could remedy. Get those files back. No? Okay. Their website says that they can recover from every device, but apparently a cell phone is not a device. All right.